All right. How everybody doing out there? This is a special day. It's a championship weekend, AFC versus NFC. We got a special guest with us today. This is Jay from PA.
How's it going, guys?
And I'm Supreme Kai 911. This is Bear Down Central. And we are ready to kick off championship weekend. Got an Eagles fan with us today, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Jay. I live in PA here, North Central. It's cold here, but I've coached football for 2 years at the high school level. Loved it. Been a huge Eagles fan all my life, so I'm ready for this day.
All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it, man. How do you feel? It's been since the NFC Championship, in what year did you guys, or even the Super Bowl? How long ago was that?
Oh, the Super Bowl, last time we were there was 2004. Donovan McNabb hitting Freddie Mitchell on the 4th and 26 to beat the Packers in the playoffs,
Oh, yeah.
So nobody ever remembers Freddie Mitchell except for that play, so.
I remember that was a long throw, man. That was a long throw. So today's game, what are you expecting from today's game? I know you're expecting to win today, but what are you concerned about? What are your concerns?
That obviously that Minnesota Vikings defense is, incredible. Harrison Smith on the back end, but hopefully Sendejo's out. I mean, I hate to say that, you don't want to see a guy injured, but from a game plan perspective, you gotta hope he's on the bench at all times.
Right. So how did you feel when Carson when Wentz went down, man? Walk me through that.
At first, I didn't know he was injured. He didn't move on that touchdown throw, so you were kind of concerned there. But once you found out he was out, you were like, that was a hard hit, hard blow to take over. But being an Eagles fan for so long, I've seen what Nick Foles could do, so I wasn't, overly concerned at that point. But watching some of the plays that dude, once made over the course of the season, that's something you don't just easily dismiss.
Yeah, because it seemed like Nick Foles, it seemed like he's an easy student or easy fill-in for that team, because he played with you guys for a few years. So what's your confidence level of him performing well today?
I don't know what to expect. He had that incredible 27 touchdowns to interception year, and just had big expectations. He came out against the Giants and lit it up. So, you're like, all right, feeling confident. But then he had the Cowboys and the Raiders game that was, god awful. But and then last week he played, he did what he needed to do. So I think he can go out and do that today. So I'm feeling pretty confident at this point in him.
So how do you think Alshon's going to perform today? What are you expecting from him with Xavier Rhodes and that secondary back there?
Alshon, I was really excited when we signed him. The first couple games, I was extremely disappointed, but he ended up with, I think he's got 8-9 touchdowns now. So I don't expect him to make the big splash plays, but I think you get down close in the red zone, I think Nick Foles is going to find him.
So I think he'll get it. He's a big target. I like what he did with us in Chicago, man, with the Bears, but Jay Cutler, he seemed like he could never just get it together with that offense, man. And with Forte and Bennett and Alshon, it was almost too good to be true. But enough about my Bears, man. So I was thinking about Thielen playing despite him being hurt today. He's still in play.
I mean, you got to give the guy credit, play through, an injury, especially he's got a back injury if I recall right. But playing through that's never easy, but he's a dangerous guy, and I'm sure Case Keenum's going to be looking for him to make those plays that he's always made, been making all season long.
Mm-hmm. So what do you expect from Ajayi today?
Ajayi, oh man, hopefully he doesn't put the ball on the ground like he has the past couple games, but he's an explosive guy. That's what I've been most impressed about him. I wasn't overly excited about the original trade for him, but he shows that burst that the other guys just don't show. He can make that instant cut. So I look for him to put out 60 some yards today, hopefully.
60 to 70 yards. That sounds doable for a guy like him. That sounds like something he could do. I just think that it's kind of a hard pick for me, man, because I'm looking at the teams and I'm trying to see who has an edge. Because, and you know, it seems like the edge could possibly go to Case Keenum on the quarterback position. What edge do you think you guys have in the game today?
As far as edge, I got to go with our offensive line. You know, I played defensive line in high school, so I know what a good offensive line can do. And you know, those guys up front, they're playing, you know, awesome in the run game this year. Pass protection is going to be a little iffy with Vitae on that outside, but you know, I think they're up to the challenge.
Yeah, I think you guys. I just see you guys. I think you guys can win the game today. If you guys just I think if you get after Case Keenum quicker, because you guys have a great defense as well. So who you think on that defensive side of the ball is going to stand out today and get the MVP today or the football today?
You know, obviously Fletcher Cox is an animal on the inside there, but I think it's really going to come down to the outside guys. Brandon Graham's a constant guy that gets pressure, but Vinny Curry's been coming on the past couple games, you know, putting that pressure from the left side of the offensive line there. He's been whooping up on tackles like mad, and I think that's probably the weakest spot of the Minnesota offensive line. So I think Vinny Curry is going to come up with some big plays today.
So who do you think comes up short? Who do you have in your gut instinct and your gut feeling to tell you, if we lose this game today, it's going to fall on this guy? Or do you see other guys shrinking up under the pressure because you guys haven't been to an NFC championship game in a long time, which at the same token, the Minnesota Vikings haven't been there in the same time. So who do you see on you guys' side of the ball, offense or defense, that might be like, we're a little shaky. This guy might choke today?
You know, I think it's really going to come down to Jalen Mills. You know, I love the guy. I've been a fan of what he's done since he came to Philly, but he's been struggling. And he's not the fastest guy, so maybe trying to cover Diggs or Thielen, it might be a struggle for him.
Yeah. Because I see that happening. Because I think Thielen can get loose, and I see Diggs getting loose there too. So who you think has the coaching edge today?
You know, that's tough. I've been on this kind of love-hate relationship with Doug Peterson. I loved the signing originally. Then last year you had those questionable calls that you're just like, all right, maybe this guy is, you know, I've always thought he's a decent coach, but maybe he's not up to the Super Bowl level. But, man, this year I can't argue with him. He's made some great calls. So
yeah, he's really been doing good this year.
And at the same time, you got to go with, you know, give Mike Zimmer some great credit there, you know, what he's done with a backup QB. And not the greatest of offensive lines there. They've been playing pretty well. But, you know, it's tough. It's close. But I'm going to be a little bit of a homer here and go with Doug Peterson.
Yeah, Doug Peterson. I think he can affect the game in some ways. I just think that you guys have to have a good game plan for Foles today. You got to have a really good game plan for him not to, you know, pretty much mess it up. So what do you think you guys are going to come out in your packages early in the game?
You know, I think one thing that we kind of got away with when we started with Foles was getting under center and just running a little bit more of LeGarrette Blount out of the single back. And so I think that's something they'll start out with, and really just keeping those short, quick throws for Nick Foles. He's good at getting the ball out quick. So just don't let him hang on to the ball.
Yeah. So you see Aguilar having a good game today?
I do, actually. He's the one guy that is kind of a holdover from the Chip Kelly era on that offense.
Yep.
And he was great for that offense in the slot. I know he didn't perform well on the outside, but in that slot, he's got that speed. He's got that shiftiness. So I think – and they're trying – if I noticed Doug Peterson's trying to get back into some of the more of the Chip Kelly type offense for Nick Foles, since that's what he's comfortable with. So I think they're going to run some more of those quick across the middle routes with Aguilar.
Yeah, because I see Alshon having a big game today. Like if he can target, if Nick Foles get you guys into the red zone, I think Alshon is my first option. What you think about that?
Yeah, you know, Alshon, huge guy. I've been a little unimpressed with his speed, but you know, some of his jumping abilities. I remember Carson Wentz hit him on a sideline route early in the season. I'm like, man, that's why we got this guy. That's incredible. Yeah,
because I see you guys with the better offense, because you guys are pretty much neck and neck because you get on the receiver end and in the quarterback situation and the defense. So it's going to come down to details. It's going to come down to attention to detail and who makes doesn't make that many mistakes. That's what I see.
Yeah, and we were talking about receivers there. One guy I'm personally concerned about, Torrey Smith. That guy, he's got that speed. A lot of people see him as the one-trick pony, but he actually does run decent routes. It's whether he catches the ball or not. He had really bad drop against the Cowboys there, like beginning of the game, and you're just like, man, he really killed the momentum on that drive. But I think if he can catch the ball today, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, because I think you guys gotta just protect that ball. Protect that ball. Get in short yardage situations to where foes can dump it off a 5-yard first down, stuff like that. I just think that needs to be you guys' game plan. I don't think you attack early, attack Minnesota deep early. I mean, you can just to see what you can get away and what you can get away with. What you think about that? You think you guys gonna, try to blow the game out early or just methodically move the ball a little bit?
The way we're going right now, you got to stick with the methodical. Don't be afraid to punt. Our defense is, outstanding. So you don't want to risk giving them any early momentum. Even if you don't score, just move the ball 20 yards, get a good punt, pin them deep, use our defense to our abilities.
Yeah, because I see you guys taking off on that particular side of the ball. I think defensively, you guys can come up with some stuff that could confuse Case Keenum.
Yeah, Jim Schwartz, he's incredible. I so hope he doesn't go anywhere. He's done great with – I don't think we have the most talented defense other than the defensive line, obviously. But we're missing – we've been down, to our third, fourth string middle linebacker.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, with Hicks out and Joe Walker out, and I don't even know if Darnell Ellerby's going to be playing today. But, they're when you're down that many guys and you're still performing at that level against the run, especially, it's incredible what he's done.
Yeah, Jim Schwartz, he's been around a very long time. And so it's expected that he somewhat makes it work with what he has. So what do you think how many yards do you think that Foles throws today? Is it 160, 200? What do you think he's going for today?
I think he'll probably be right between 150 and 200 yards. I don't foresee Doug Peterson and Frank Reich trying to push the passing game too much. It is a nicer day in Philly today. I looked at the weather exactly, but it's not.
You guys up there greasing up the poles, man. Explain it. What is that?
What's that?
Greasing up the poles.
Greasing up the poles. Oh, I've not seen anything about that, but.
I guess something is going on where you guys destroy poles in Philly. So they got the police out there covering poles in Crisco to prevent Eagles fans from destroying the poles. Well, Philly workers are covering poles in Crisco to prevent Eagles fans from climbing. Are you serious? Is that what you guys do up there? You climb poles?
Oh, man.
That's crazy.
Some crazy people. I don't venture to the city of Philly too often, but there's some crazy people there.
Yeah, man. Downtown Philly's going to go insane tonight if you guys win. So going forward, pretty much if you guys win today, you go to the Super Bowl. So who do you – this is a hard question, but who do you want to see in the Super Bowl? Because you're looking at Jacksonville, a.k.a. Saxonville, that pretty much doesn't have a weakness on defense. And I think that – I don't want to say that because people are going to compare it to last week to where they gave up so many points. But I don't think that happens again. But who do you think you want for the Super Bowl? Do you want Eagles? I mean, not Eagles, but do you want the Patriots or do you want Jacksonville?
Oh, man, I'm a big proponent of to be the best, you got to beat the best. So from that standpoint, I kind of want the Patriots.
Okay.
But I would also like to see us play Jacksonville. I think that's what gives us the better chance to win. But, the competitor side of me kind of wants to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Yeah,
get you guys their revenge back. Because that Super Bowl was crazy because T.O. was out there a man on a mission, man. He was a man on a mission with that broken foot or ankle, whatever he was going through. And a lot of you Philly fans remember that. So I think that it'd be awesome for you guys to win it against the Patriots.
Yeah, that would be a great feeling for us Philly fans.
Yeah, because you guys haven't won one in how long? Or how long has it been?
Oh, we haven't won a Super Bowl, but
At all?
Nope, no Super Bowls. But our last championship was in let's see, that was 1960.
Yeah, I can't talk, man. The Bears haven't won a Super Bowl since like '85, when I was like 2-3 years old. So we're in the same thing, because I like the Eagles because I'm, switch it over just a little bit. I could see Mitchell Trubisky pretty much being on some level what Wentz is to the Eagles. I think so. We just got to get the guys around them.
Yeah, that was actually one thing I was going to ask you about, how you're feeling about Mitchell Trubisky. Because I only saw him really in the game against the Eagles, and I mean, I can definitely see where there's that potential, but I'm not sure if their coaching staff is there to develop him.
I just think Mitch just needs. Well, we fired John Fox. We fired everybody. We fired Darl Loggins. We fired John Fox. We fired the strength and conditioning coach. We fired everybody except for our defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio, which was a crucial hire, because the Bears are on that cusp of actually competing. And I just think Mitchell Trubisky, out of every quarterback that's came out the last 2 years, I think he's the most mobile, and I think he's the most heady guy. He seems like a very smart kid. Like, I don't know how many games people can actually watch him. I'm like, he just looks like a smart kid, because he came into to the NFL pretty much as like a high school kid, man. He didn't even play a whole season in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Number 2 pick. So I was trying to look at the eye test from the video. Like, why is he getting rated so high? The guy can run and he can throw very accurately. And for him to perform the way he did with 2,000-some yards, 7-7, for a guy that really didn't play in college, that really has to get that guy some type of credit, man. I was like, whoa, that's kind of amazing.
Yeah. I saw that when they played the Eagles. I mean, I don't think he didn't have a good game that day. That your whole offense didn't have a great day. But
no, and that's the problem. That was part of the reason why those guys had to get fired.
Yeah, but I could see, there was 1 or 2 plays there that he made that was like, all right, maybe there's guys a chance if they can build around him and develop him, but it wasn't going to happen with John Fox.
Nah, man, it wasn't going to happen with John Fox. He was just too conservative, and he really didn't plan on playing Mitch. So it just seemed like fate, with us getting the second pick and Glennon not playing well and losing so many games to get the 8th pick in the draft. So it seems like we got a little bit of fate and destiny on our side. And I just hope that the football guys bless us the way they are blessing Philly right now. Because I told my other guy, he was supposed to have been on the podcast today, he's an Eagles fan. And I told him when I was like the second game when you guys last season, I say, hey, man, you guys got one. You guys got you one. And this kid, Carson Wentz, he does almost everything right. And here it is. This year, he's pretty much going to be the MVP this year. So that was great.
Yeah. I saw those first couple games last year, and I'm like, man, this dude is incredible. I was a little concerned about his deep ball after the end of last season, but he came out this year and just, lit it up, showed us that he has all those tools, and that deep ball is, just as good as anybody else.
Yeah, because he's done his absolute best this year. I was kind of hurt, even just to see. I don't like the guys get hurt, but just for the season and the buildup of the season for him and the Eagles and the city of Philadelphia, that he stayed healthy. And when he got hurt, I was just like, oh, there it goes. I was like, oh my goodness, man, like this sucks. This sucks. Just for the culture of football and the NFL, I'm like, this kind of sucks, man. This sucks.
Yeah, definitely. It was rough.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my good, because it was they're predicting, trying to see who people predicting expert picks, and people are picking Vikings win, and they're pretty much putting it on Nick Foles, man. They're pretty much putting it on Nick Foles. That's the reason why you guys will lose today. But I hope he has a Blake Bortles type of game, because it's any given Sunday. Maybe he come out there, he can be what Blake Bortles was against Pittsburgh,
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely shown that he can do it. He played basically a whole season there, and like I said, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So he's proven he can do it. It's just there's a lot of he's got to be on point. He's got to stick with it.
Yeah, you guys have to make sure that everything is clicking on. Maybe just even the first couple of possessions. If everything goes wrong, you guys get a couple first downs, and you don't get stuck on 3 and 2 and 3 and 3. Where the pressure's coming, and he completes them, and he moves down the field. I think you guys have a great chance of winning today, man. If those third downs are completed, then you guys have a great chance today. Then I think that'll open up the field for him to throw it a little bit over there to him, to Alshon Aguilar.
Yeah, I mean, he opened up a few things last week, and he missed a great easy throw to I think it was Aguilar was on a post route, or not a post route, I'm sorry, an out route, and he missed him. He was wide open. So if he can clean that up a little bit and play the way he did last week, just add those couple or clean up those couple mistakes, I don't think we'll have any problem winning.
Yeah, I don't think you guys have a problem winning, but everybody's not giving you guys a chance, and I don't think that's – and it's a close game. Somebody put 17-13, and somebody put 24-17. Somebody put 21-16. Expert picked that. So I think it's going to, like we're talking about now, it's going to come down to just who makes the lesser of mistakes in this game.
Yeah, and I think
more disciplined team,
Yeah, I think that's what all Eagles fans have been looking at. They told us last week how we were going to get blown out by the Falcons and whatnot, but we held them to 10 points.
Right.
It's going to be defense,
scoring
game. It's just keep a hold of the ball and let the experts keep doubting us.
Right.
All that good stuff.
Right. And yeah, because I just hope it's a clean, good game and penalties don't kill you. I don't know how Philly's been good on penalties this year. You'll pretty much know that a little bit more than me just by watching them every Sunday. So are they a good, holding team, don't hold, and offsides and all that type of stuff. So you gotta see the flag. Yeah.
They haven't been the greatest on not making those types of mistakes. There's been a couple games that have been a little rough, but as long as Pete Morelli's not out there reffing, I think we'll be okay.
Because they're trying to pretty much give you guys, 9 reasons why you guys would win. Because you say Nick Foles had a full week of practice. Like I said, whatever the game plan you came up with, you guys, I think is going to fit him well today. Because if Jacksonville can do it with Blake Bortles, you guys can definitely do it with Nick Foles at the quarterback position. I would take Nick Foles over Blake Bortles any day. And then that's in Aguilar is going to have a good game against those nickel corners. What you think about that?
Yeah, I think he definitely can. He hasn't been as predominant in the last couple weeks, but that he's really showed this year that he can catch the ball, and he's got that shifty and quickness that can shake away from just about anybody, especially if he's on the nickel corner or a safety. I don't think they can hang with him.
Yeah, I don't think they can hang with him either, like at all. And then I was comparing last week's game. Drew Brees didn't really get touched last week, and they're saying here that the Vikings tackles don't even get that much pressure on the quarterback. So this pretty much can come down to Foles just making his throws when he has to.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we graded out as the best offensive line in the league this year, and Jason Kelce and those guards they've been really stepping it up. Steven Wisniewski's back; he was out for a couple games, but he played last week, so I think we're going to be okay in there in the middle. The only concern on the offensive line is that Everson Griffin against Vaitai on that left side.
Okay, so and then you guys good at creating turnovers too?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody on the defense, as far as defensive backs, I think everybody's got like 2 interceptions each.
Yeah, you guys came away with 31 takeaways this year. Wow.
Yeah, Patrick Robinson in that slot corner, he's been great. He came up with a couple big plays this year.
So what do you think on you guys on the kicker side? Do you think that you guys got the advantage at kicker? Have your guys' kickers been pretty good this year? How many, has he pretty reliable? Because it might come down to a field goal. So how are you confident in your kicker this year?
Jake Elliott, he made himself. He came out, made himself an instant hero with a 61-yarder against New York early in the season. But he's been pretty much automatic from anything beyond like 35 yards. But inside of that, he's got some issues. But
because he's 6 from 7 from 50 yards plus, which is good for 85%. But he's 6 for 9 from 50 yards plus, just 66%.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the Vikings. Yeah.
But
Their kicker is only 66%, and you guys' kicker is 85%. So you guys win in that area. This is going to come down to just who makes the less mistakes. This is pretty much what this game is going to come down to. And I think if you guys minimize those mistakes today, you guys come away with the win. Because to me, Vikings don't really scare me. You know, they're not really a scary team.
Yeah, no, I think both these teams, especially later in the season, have pretty much built themselves on not making mistakes and just playing better football than the other team. So I think this is going to be a spectacular game.
Yeah. All right. We guys probably got one more question left in this fight. So what do you think you guys win by today? How many points you win by today, and how many points you guys win by today?
You know, I definitely going to see it by a 2-3 point game. Absolutely. So I'm going to go with, probably a 17-14 game.
17-14?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 21-17. I haven't gave you my pick yet. I've been talking to you for the past couple of days and told you my pick. Who's my pick? I'm going to go with Philly 21-17, man. I think Philly comes out to win. You guys are at home?
Yeah.
You guys are at home. You guys got the home advantage. You got a week full of practice for Nick Foles today. You got the better secondary. The Vikings defensive tackles don't even get that much pressure on the quarterback. So I think you guys pretty much can get this win today, man. So if that's it for you, that's it for me. If you have anything else you want to talk about, man, that's the end of this broadcast.
I think we're good.
Think we're good? Yeah, I think we're good too. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is Supreme Cat 911. This is Bear Down Central, and this is my special guest, Jay from PA, the #1 Eagles fan. So, hey, go Eagles.
Appreciate you having me on the show, man.
No problem, Jay. Enjoy your day.
You too.
Peace.